Officer Tommy Norman joins me now from Little Rock. It is an honor and a pleasure, sir, to have you on.
He's known for his goofy Instagram pictures and videos, entertaining thousands of North Little Rock youth over his 17 years as a police officer. But Wednesday, Tommy Norman tackled a serious issue in front of a worldwide audience on CNN.
Yeah, it's still surreal in a way, the fact that North Little Rock, Arkansas was on CNN.
Born and raised in Levy, Officer Norman patrols one of the roughest, most crime-ridden areas of the city. But when he's not taking down criminals, he's checking in on the boys and girls who call this neighborhood home.
He's always out in the community, and I love that about him.
We met with Barbara Johnson, who says Norman's work has impacted generations of her family.
I met Officer Norman 14 years ago off of 16th and Sycamore. I was having problems out of one of my other children. He came in and kind of talked to them and kind of got at them, and ever since then, he's kind of been in my life.
Now Norman plays a similar role with Johnson's grandchildren, an example of the consistency he says is key in building trust with the community.
If you're going to go visit a neighborhood, visit a group of kids, you got to do that day in and day out. Every day, every month, every year. And if that happens consistently, then you win the community over.
It's kind of hard to get police officers to do what he do, and I mean, that's a good thing for the young kids to see and let them know that it's just not all about being the bad part, it's a good part also.
So in a day and age when police brutality and corruption seem to always be in the spotlight, Tommy Norman is putting North Little Rock on the map for all the right reasons.
I think sometimes they do a double take. They're not really sure if this police officer is being genuine. Why is he being so nice? But as I said on CNN, can a police officer have love? Can a police officer have compassion? And can a police officer care? And the answer is yes.
Kevin Traeger, THV11 News.
Irene Sanders meets no stranger. She and Officer Tommy Norman met his rookie year when he began patrolling the Landsbrook neighborhood in North Little Rock.
She loves the community, loves the neighborhood, has a very strong vested interest in the kids here.
So much so that if she sees a child heading down the wrong path, she won't hesitate to call for backup.
She'll call the police officers in the neighborhood to have a talk with that child and their family. She cares that much.
After raising 6 kids of her own, Sanders knows it takes a village to raise a child, which is why her door is always open to anyone in need.
There's no set time, a set date to do it. I'm here. And they need to be encouraged to know that you don't have to be a part of what's going on in the street.
For years, Sanders has promoted safety, neighborhood awareness, and racial harmony.
We want to go beyond what we did the last time.
With the help of her friends, Sanders started the Landsbrook Neighborhood Awareness Days and block parties to bring the community together.
She's been a counselor, someone that they can talk to, a mentor, and like me, I want to be like her when I grow up.
And though she has a place in her heart for children, Sanders is all about helping everyone in her community. Because of her, these speed bumps and sidewalks have been implemented along her street. Sanders also started a benevolent fund to help neighbors who've lost their loved ones.
And where there's unity, there's strength. We watch out for one another. We care about one another.
Her compassion and willingness to always find ways to make a difference is what many admire most, especially officers like Norman, who've become legendary for his commitment to the community.
You know, she taught me as a rookie police officer the importance and the value to go out and make a difference and to meet people. Introduced me to neighbors around here. So it made my job easier as a police officer. So she's my hero just for that reason.
For My Town Hero, I'm Denise Middleton, THV11 News.
1, 2, 3.
Making a difference in children's lives is obviously at Officer Tommy Norman's core.
You? Thank you, Officer Norman. You're welcome.
By showing he cares and just listening to people's stories. Many of his followers on social media have started showing their appreciation.
They send snacks in, they send toys, they send clothes for specific children. We received hundreds of boxes the last several months from mostly people from out of state.
In fact, boxes from all over the world have been showing up at the North Little Rock Police Department almost daily.
They leave notes with the boxes. They leave notes saying that they were inspired and they want to make a difference in our community.
Norman says as a police officer, he's in a position to inspire.
I'm Officer Norman. Nice to meet you.
He believes in going beyond the badge and beyond the uniform.
And as a police officer, your badge should have a heartbeat. And when those kids see that heart beating through that badge, you know, they're your friend for life.
With lyrics that are seemingly anti-police, California rapper The Game isn't exactly known for being police-friendly. Friday, the rapper was part of a peaceful protest to LAPD headquarters. Then Sunday, the rapper started a GoFundMe to raise money for North Little Rock police officer Tommy Norman and donated $10,000 himself.
I was surprised to know that a rapper, big-time rapper from LA, was actually following the work that we do here in North Little Rock.
The Game posted on Instagram that last week his teenage son Harlem began asking questions about good and bad cops. A little research led the teenager to the officer's positive policing social media accounts. And 24 hours later, the GoFundMe they set up surpassed its goal of $50,000 to fund Officer Norman's community policing efforts. This is Officer Norman's squad car. The money raised on the GoFundMe page will be used to stock his trunk full of clothes, toys, shoes, anything the members of the North Little Rock community may need.
They see that our police department here is providing hope and promise daily. Through community policing, you have to be consistent. It has to come from the heart.
It's Monday morning.
Here's muffins right over here.
Dark and early at Eastgate Terrace in North Little Rock, and something special is happening. Almost 30 kids waiting on the bus stop get breakfast and a little motivation.
Okay, anybody need cereal?
But why?
There had been a fight at the bus stop, and it just upset us so bad that the children were starting their day like that.
Come and be a judge or what?
So for a year now, volunteers from Step Ministries come every Monday, spreading a little joy.
We haven't heard of any more fights at the bus stop, so.
Along with Officer Tommy Norman.
They come out here with me, with the ladies from Step Ministries, and just a way to really boost their self-esteem as they start the week. It's really a win-win situation for a lot of people.
Parent Shakita Claiborne comes every morning and says she sees the change.
It makes a lot of difference. The kids, they go to school with a little something on their stomach and happy because they see them every Monday morning.
There's hot chocolate, cereal, muffins, and fruit. And of course, the chant.
Ever,
Gonna choose
to use
to use drugs. Yay!
That gives motivation for school, home, and being a leader in a community that needs help.
I think it lets them know that somebody other than their moms and dads love them in the community.
To make a lifetime difference.
These kids will remember this 20, 30 years from now, to know that on Monday mornings, every Monday morning throughout the school year, that someone was here to take the time to care for them.
In North Little Rock, Raven Richard, THV11.
I want to thank you for all your support. You never...
In this video,
thank you for all you do.
Officer Norman shared Mashing's generosity with the world.
She did it once, and she did it twice, and she didn't stop.
Through her own funds, Mashing regularly donated snacks, cookies, and toys for Officer Norman to give out.
She didn't know a stranger. The first time I met her, a really big smile. She gave me a really big hug.
One afternoon, she had Cheetos and potato chips and just all this food, cookies, and I said, well, Liz, that looks real nutritious. She said, oh no, that's for Officer Norman. I was like, who is Officer Norman? And that was the first that I'd found out about it.
And to her father, that wasn't surprising.
She just loved helping people, and she loved doing it without the recognition, without the fanfare.
But on January 8th, pneumococcal pneumonia took her life. So instead of flowers, her family asked for donations to the North Little Rock Shop with a Cop program, and the outpour of support more than ever expected.
We'll get to assist many more families this year than we have ever before.
Already thousands of dollars in checks have been sent to the police department, her family, and a GoFundMe account set up to continue her efforts.
The outpouring has just been tremendous. I know Lizzie is proud as she can be right now.
Mashing's sister already helping continue the donations.
These are all clothes here.
Yes. Officer Norman's followers knew Mashing well. Now people from all over have expressed their condolences.
Thousands, literally thousands, from across the country and out of the country.
I promised the family, I vowed to them that each day when I go out in the community and work as a member of the police department here in North Little Rock, I'm going to do it in honor of Liz.
This is a dream come true. Yes, I'm so excited.
Tommy Norman is heading to the Grammys with Ashanti and Tamaya.
2 weeks ago, I was contacted by a lady in Los Angeles. Her name is Jody.
The woman saw the girls' stories on Officer Norman's Instagram and wanted to give them a well-deserved treat.
Jody reached out to me and basically invited myself, my girlfriend Rosalind, Ashanti, and Tamaya to the Grammys.
VIP treatment, backstage passes, hotel, airfare, red carpet, and it doesn't stop there.
A lady from Philadelphia sent in dresses. A coach from San Diego provided shoes. A lady from California is going to get their nails done.
We caught up with the girls and Norman at the nail salon. They had a few celebrities in mind they're hoping they see.
Beyonce, Rihanna, Drake, especially.
Why Drake especially, huh? You have a little crush? Ashanti didn't want to give away too much about her dress.
Well, I can't give you all the details, but I'm just gonna let you in a little hint. It's really pretty and it has lots of sparkle and it's gold.
But Tamaya gave us a little insider.
It's long. It's got like fitted and it's diamonds, top and round the waist.
Officer Norman and the girls can't wait to represent North Little Rock at music's biggest night of the year.
We're going to be representing this community at the Grammys in Los Angeles, and so it's something that we should all be proud of.
Hello, Grandma. You Grandma? Yes. Oh my God. That's my Grandma. Bye, Mama.
Officer Tommy Norman arrived in style to pick up Tamaya and Ashanti as they begin their trip to the Grammys.
Tamaya, are you ready? Yes.
Grammys a good thing.
Ashanti, are you ready? Limo.
Another surprise they didn't see coming.
Bye, y'all.
Next stop, the airport. This week, people from across the country pitched in to make sure the girls got the full glamour experience. They were provided with dresses, shoes, they even got their hair and nails done. Officer Norman says that's just the beginning of what will take place over the next 3 days. We just got to the airport and now the girls are headed off to the Grammys.
Get on this plane. I'm so scared. I don't think I can do it, but I'm gonna make it.
You can do it for the Grammys, huh?
Yeah.
Ashanti and Tamaya say they're really excited about meeting celebrities. They have their hearts set on a few in particular.
Me, Beyonce. Yeah, me, Beyonce, Rihanna, Drake, Adele.
Officer Norman says this once-in-a-lifetime experience goes to show how simple acts of kindness impact in big ways.
The world is watching what we do here in North Little Rock, and it's a fact that we inspire the world. So my area when I patrol is that's Interstate 40 right there. It's everything south of the interstate to the river.
First stop, North Little Rock, to meet Officer Tommy Norman.
So I love my job, I love what I do.
15-year-old Travion experiencing what it would be like to be a police officer.
He's awesome. He's an awesome guy.
He tours the department, gifts are given to him.
That's from the North Little Rock Police Department.
And a chance meeting with Zeus,
narcotics detection dog and a patrol dog.
The department's canine officer.
It's really an honor to have Travion here, to know that a young man, his dream is to become a police officer, and just to be a part of hopefully allowing his dream to come true as he shadows me today and visits members of the North Little Rock Police Department is something that we've been waiting on since you notified us.
The 8th grader loves sports and art, and he tells me he does want to be adopted.
I was thinking about, I've always been interested in law because of my family, and I'll go into anything. I really don't care. I just like law.
How are you? I'm Dawn.
Good. Delta.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming along with me today.
Next up, 15-year-old Delta, who also wants to be adopted. She shadows me today.
Have you been to the state capitol before?
No, this is my first time.
We head over to the state capitol, up the staircase and into the House chamber to meet another foster child who is shadowing the House Speaker, Jeremy Gillum.
Hit it here?
Yeah, get it good.
Arlinda is 18. She aged out of the system and no longer wants to be adopted. Her focus now on her future, and it may well include politics. Today, a real-life history lesson.
It kind of balances each other out to hear about it in history and then actually be like shadowing him today and getting to sit in his seat that he uses while he's in session and everything. And I don't know, it's really neat.
Back to Delta, who watches as we work.
I'm learning about the cameras and how to work it and stuff like that. And then I want to be a photographer when I grow up.
I'm Laura.
I'm Delta.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So
After our shoot at the Capitol, back to the THV11 studio for a private viewing of our new newscast
Pan down just a little bit.
and a behind-the-scenes tour of the control booth, even setting the camera shots. A nice break for a teen who dreams of being adopted.
I want a family.
It's a picture that shows a tough reality. A pregnant mom due at any moment, sleeping on the sidewalk with her 2-year-old daughter laying on her chest.
I pass a sidewalk in the middle of my patrol area, and first I see a baby stroller. I didn't see anyone laying next to the stroller, so I turn around and I see Jessica with Kayla laying asleep on her chest, and it's something I've never seen before.
He woke us up. I was scared that I was in trouble or something.
North Little Rock officer Tommy Norman said he felt he had to help, so he took Jessica and Kayla to a hotel and shared the heartbreaking story on his Instagram. Soon after, the support started rolling in. People from across the world sending food and items for this soon-to-be family of 3.
It's just amazing how many people have stepped up to make a difference and really change this family's life. Hopefully now this family realizes that people all over the world love them.
Georgia Miarton, executive director of Our House, says there's more homeless families than most people think. She says there are 21,000 homeless children in the state of Arkansas every year, and that the community needs to stand together and know how to help them.
People ask me all the time, what should we do when we see someone who's homeless? And what I say is know the resources, know that Our House is out there, know the programs that are around, and reach out. $5 is fine, but give them $5 and a resource of a place to go that can really change their life, not just tonight, but forever.
As for Jessica and Kayla, they're just happy to have a bed to sleep in and a chance to restart their life.
Like 3 bags, 3 bags.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
It's not every day we cover a 7-year-old's birthday party on the news, but this particular party was close to not happening, according to Caden Wilson's mom.
He came to me and said nobody would come to his birthday if I had a party, and he didn't have that many friends at school.
With a broken heart, Stacy Wilson reached out to Officer Tommy Norman, a police officer in Little Rock, Arkansas with a huge Facebook following. All the Houston mom asked for were cards.
First it started with I'll send some cards in, and then it started with then it continued with we'll pay for the birthday party, I want to make cakes, I want to make treats, and so on and so forth.
Happy birthday, Caden. Where you at, baby boy?
Fast forward a couple weeks, Caden got a full-blown party with tons of new friends in attendance. Although Caden is a little camera shy, his mom tells us every card, every cupcake made this a birthday party he'll always remember. And getting a VIP ride from the Cy-Fair Fire Department is just the cherry on top.
He feels loved, and so do I. I mean, it's been awesome. I just want to tell everybody thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kids run to him.
Group hug.
More than 1 million Facebook and Instagram followers. It's these interactions that have inspired millions. And one of Officer Tommy Norman's latest posts has been viewed more than 500,000 times.
That I will no longer be allowed to post my interactions with the community on city time.
Noting a policy at the police department that will now be enforced. We caught up with him one day later.
I wasn't happy, but I will respect it 110%.
The North Little Rock Police Department sent us this statement saying Officer Norman was not told he couldn't post events on social media. He was advised of the policy and would need approval before any on-duty postings. The department greatly supports the work Officer Norman does.
I think it's real important that people realize that we're still a team here at the North Little Rock Police Department. There has been some changes that have been made. to protect the police department, but at the same time, I'm not stopping. I won't stop.
Officer Norman started his own foundation about a year ago called My Mission Give. The department said we fully support his foundation, but there has to be a distinct separation between the department and his foundation to protect the integrity of our officers.
I was born for this. I was born to make a difference in the lives of others.
Ham, turkey. You need turkey, ham, y'all.
Demetrius Harris may be a successful NFL tight end.
You want a turkey? You want a turkey? God bless you.
But he never forgets where he came from.
It feels great, man, especially coming back to Jacksonville where I play. I finished my high school career here. Turkey, ham.
After playing a game in New York Sunday,
Happy Turkey Day.
Harris drove overnight from Kansas City to feed dozens of families in Central Arkansas.
We flew from New York with the team, and then I left Kansas City around 10, got here at 5 in the morning. I'm just happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy that I'm doing it, and all these people behind me to help me, and it's just a great feeling.
Officer Tommy Norman was not on duty.
You want a ham? Y'all together?
But he also came to help Harris hand out the Thanksgiving favorites.
The fact that he just played in New York last night, he's in Arkansas today, and he's giving back to hundreds of people in Central Arkansas, really speaks a lot for him, not just as an NFL football player, but as someone that's really showing his heart and giving back to the area that he grew up in.
I know it's a lot of families out there can afford it or don't have two-parent home, or because I know when I was growing up, I didn't have that, so I'm just trying to do what I didn't have to people that I know. Turkey, ham.
And thanks to Harris,
Happy Turkey Day. Thanks
families now have a guaranteed meal this Thanksgiving.
Demetrius, he kept his word. You know, he promised that he was going to be here to give back. And it's absolutely amazing.
It's giving back to where I went to school and where I was from.
Make sure you put your seatbelt on.
Yes, sir.
For just one afternoon, 12-year-old Nathaniel's dream
Off we go. We're going to have a lot of fun today, Nathaniel.
Yes, sir.
came true.
Well, I can tell you this, so go ahead and just kind of give you a heads up now. Stay in school, choose the right friends.
Yes, sir.
Nathaniel wants to be a
driving,
police officer. Who better to show him the way than North Little Rock police officer Tommy Norman?
And look at you now. You know, you're yes sir, no sir. You know, you're using your manners. What really touched me the most is that Nathaniel told me the reason that he wants to be an officer is to help people.
And that is what they did this day, checking in on the people in Officer Norman's patrol area.
Let her know what you want to be when you
I'll
grow
be a
up.
police officer.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yes, ma'am.
He wants to be an officer when he grows up. He's 12 now, be 13 in December. And his manners are some that grown-ups don't even use.
It was fun. My first time ever riding a police car. I want to be a police officer for my dream.
And that dream is big. A boy from a broken home, wanting to protect others. A boy whose brother was adopted when he wasn't, hoping to serve. A boy who wants to grow up with parents in a home.
Where I can have a real family and live with them.
Yet what that means
I don't know what that
is still unclear.
Considering what he's been through at such a young age, but he still wants to help people, it's absolutely powerful.
This is the courtroom.
It's a courtroom.
Powerful. Today, following an officer empowered to serve. A full service tour of all things law.
The official North Little Rock Police Department coin. And then I have a North Little Rock Police patch. Which
Awesome.
is actually the
A
patch
coin
that's on
and a
my-
patch to wrap it up. And a plea from Nathaniel telling what he wants us to hear.
That I'm a really good person. I say, please help me find a home.
Pleasure to meet you. Keep those manners up, okay?
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you in about 9 years when you become a police officer.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully right here in North Little Rock.
That is filing number 3.
A surprise of a lifetime
Let's show him one up close.
for 6-year-old George.
What's up?
A one-on-one experience with the men he calls his heroes.
What have you been doing today?
Been looking out for fire.
Well-known police officer Tommy Norman quickly learned about George's passions while patrolling the streets of North Little Rock.
Learning his story, he shared with me multiple times that He loves firemen, and he wants to be a fireman.
Word got back to Fire Captain Doug Davis,
I know we're going to win today, right? Good.
who spearheaded the visit to George's home.
But the number one thing that really warms my heart is just having a personal relationship with somebody.
Davis let George live out his dream as a firefighter for the day.
Let me tell you what's going on in here.
And we captured it all on camera. George got to tour Fire Truck Engine 3.
You ready?
Sit in the driver's seat.
Do me one more favor.
And do what he wanted to do most. Sound those sirens.
It's understanding the fire service, what it's all about.
Captain Davis planting a seed in him early.
It ain't official till you put my coat on. And if I can influence a young man like him to grow up and do a job like this that's given me back so much, maybe he can in return in a few years.
He says making an impact is about more than teaching George the ins and outs of public service work.
Stay in school.
It's about becoming and remaining a constant role model in his life, so this little boy can grow up and be a hero other little kids will one day admire.
They're down there, so Central's just got more of a menu of things to look at.
My life will always be better because I was friends with Mr. George and Miss Carol.
If you're one of Tommy Norman's 1 million Instagram followers, this is a familiar sound.
Hey everybody, love you!
For the past 5 years, Miss Carol has been one of Norman's most popular characters.
Carol would always ride in her wheelchair to a local church. She would wave and smile really big.
Just down the road was Mr. George.
You've done so much with those hands. Mr. George was a grandpa that people never had.
A man who loved to share the stories he had collected over nearly a century.
If I don't be doing something, I don't feel good.
Being an African-American man growing up in the South, he dealt with a lot.
Norman used his platform to share their stories.
These videos that I'm sharing with people across the world, people are falling in love with you.
Norman's followers would even send gifts. The first one for Mr. George came from California, a $100 gift card to Walmart.
And he broke down in tears. He said he'd never received anything like that before.
And when Mr. George turned 100 recently, Norman and his followers threw him a birthday party.
And we celebrated big.
But listen to what Mr. George had to say about it.
Out of all his years of living, that was the first birthday party he'd ever had.
Gifts came from Miss Carol, too.
The card in your hand came in the mail.
Including a personal message from her favorite singer.
Hey, Miss Carol, this is Tamala Mann.
Her jaws dropped and she was absolutely amazed. Carol didn't know that Tamala Mann already knew who she was. People all across the world are watching what we do here.
But earlier this month,
it's difficult to bring this news to you.
Miss Carol passed away at the age of 63.
Really sad.
And then, just down the street, the very next day,
America's grandpa, our grandpa, Mr. George, passed away last night.
Mr. George was 101.
I mean, people, even outside the United States, they're grieving. They're still grieving.
Two great characters.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Two people who went through so much, yet carried on as if everything was just right. And they are not alone.
Go find the Mr. Georges in your community. Go find the Miss Carols in your community. They're out there, but the only way you're going to find people like that, get out of your house and get out and get involved in the community. Because there's a man out there right now that's 101 years old and he needs a friend.
I ain't gonna have many more days with you.
There's a woman out there in a wheelchair that's in pain every day and she needs a friend.
Carol, I missed you. I missed you too. I missed you. Everybody love you so much.
All the way from Ireland.
Officer Tommy Norman making his rounds in the streets of North Little Rock.
Okay, y'all come over here.
Delivering gifts to who he calls friends from a fan of his thousands of miles away.
The ultimate goal for police departments and communities is to be a family.
He's known worldwide on social media for just that, becoming family with strangers. Every day he works to build gaps between police and the community, but it's not easy. It takes effort.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take police officers not living in their police cars. It's going to take police officers getting out of their police cars and getting to know people.
In this photo, Cassandra Hines was 11, pictured with Officer Norman when they became friends in 2001. Now she's a mom to her own kids with that same connection and trust.
He's always been exactly who he is now. He doesn't judge you off of what's going on. He sees you as an individual, as a person.
Cassandra sees the nation hurting, taking us back to George Floyd's final moments and people desperately crying out for justice.
It's a mess. It's sad. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating as a parent seeing this man on national TV call for his mom.
She says the world needs more of Officer Norman Zennett. She says she's seen a lot of change and trust built in her own community because of who he is as an officer.
A block a day. So today you walk one block, tomorrow you walk the other block. Or if you don't have time to walk the block, get out and talk to some people for a few minutes. Get to know their stories.
A lot of his community interaction is on his own time, whether it be a simple hello or attending a birthday party. But it's something he knows officers in other cities can do too, that could one day bring us together in a world that's desperate for change.
At the end of the day, it's not so much about the badge on your chest, but it's about your heart, and your heart defines who you are.
Jordan Howington, THV11 News.